Okay, welcome to my trade review for September 4th, Friday. Really quickly, I didn't do much today. I took a trade in Spectrum Pharmaceuticals, SPPI. You can see here that the stock was halted for news pending. This is a news I was inspecting about the FDA. On the 1-minute chart here, we can see that it was halted. Opened at about 9, just around 9. It was testing it. It was eating up bids at 9. I was thinking about getting long here, but for some reason I didn't trust it. It did rip to 10. Could have got a good point there, but I don't know. It didn't feel right, so I passed. It did reverse, and it came back. It kind of paused at 9 a bit, then it just took out at 9 and took a dive. So I was looking to get long somewhere here in some of my previous resistance points that I had drawn. I was going to go long at 846, but the selling, it kind of paused just above that, and it's like setting up for another dump. So I changed that to 826, just below this resistance line. I was thinking there'd be a plunge, and I'd just catch it right here in the reversal. I caught it, but it kept going. So for a minute or two there, I was a little worried. And then it bounced right back. I was going green, red, profit loss was plus minus, plus minus. It was kind of consolidating. It looked like it was fighting to go a little higher, so I started to feel good about it. I was considering getting out just with my commission, call it a bad entry and call it a day, but I thought it would really move up, after the shorts, or people that are shorting it figured that they couldn't push it down anymore. Then some buyers jumped on. So I set a sell order for 846 and got filled in this spike up to 846. Actually went a bit farther. I went up to 855 and then pulled back to my buy area again. A low up here of 825. I could have bought again if I was that confident. And then it took off to 870, 874, and then pulled back, had a big thrust down. Formed a little bit of an intraday double bottom here, bounced back off that. I considered buying this again, but it just looked too crazy. I thought this thing just might dive for a while. And the rest of the day it just chirped around, didn't do much. So on the daily, you can see the daily resistance lines I had drawn here off these other these daily closes and opens. But there is room for this to fall. I don't know why it would fall. I don't know the complete details of what was released, only that they were approved for the label change on the drug they were using for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, I believe. So I consider it to be good news. The only thing I think of is maybe it's priced in already and people are taking profits on the news. So we'll have to watch that one and see how that reacts in the days to come. Another one looks good is ANIK. This is a biotech company that had a drug recently approved by Canada's Drug Administration. So it paved the way for the opportunity for this drug to be approved in the US through the FDA, so that's what they're hoping for, and this is why this big pop happened. And maybe they got a little exuberant here because it still has to clear the US hurdle, but I think that they're looking forward to that. And the data is good. It tested 580 1, 2, 3, 4 times, tap, 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 couldn't break it, and rejected 580 as a low and kept closing around 6, and then it started to move up the last couple of days. Today was a nice what's that, about 40-cent move. So keep your eye on that one. I'm long that one right now, actually. Another one is EDAB. I'm long this one as well. This one is has a technology of an ultrasound machine that dissolves kidney stones. So this one just got approved in the US for use. It's a European company. I listened to their conference call, actually. Everything sounded pretty good. It's had a big rip here from about $1.80 all the way up to 6, pulled back. It's been flagging kind of nice here, went up another level. Now we got a falling wedge or a flag. So this looks ready. Some good volume or a news could spark this thing on its next run. So keep your eye on EDAP. And another one that I just picked up today on a flyer, mainly because I was bored and wanted to buy some. I only did one trade. Was EXXI. They had a conference call this morning. And they had they had a discovery on some resource, some oil, I think. I don't know. I don't know much about this company. And they also did some debt restructuring. But the market obviously liked it. It went from 80 cents up to almost a buck 60, a buck 58. I bought right here at the end of the day, hoping the last half hour might be a rip into the close. I bought very small size, only 1,000 shares. So I'm just looking for, a lazy man's way to make a couple $100, $200, $300, $400. Maybe it'll gap up on Tuesday, maybe touch two. So we'll just see. I just something to play with basically. So I wouldn't go too crazy in this one. But it seems interesting. The daily is ridiculous here. 31 million shares, and this straight spike up, pulled back a little bit, but still looks pretty strong. If you go to a weekly on this, there's lots of room. If this news really is good, we got lots of room. It's not printing yet because it's a weekly chart. So we're right about here 150 at this resistance level. We've got lots of room to 250, almost whole numbers 3 all the way up. Really, it's not any major resistance here until 354. So if this does get running, we might have some action. That's really about it. There's one other runner that I've just watched all day that I didn't take, that I wish I did. It's Jazz Pharmaceuticals. Look at this daily. This thing started out here, a few months ago at $1, had news, and now it's at over 10. Just been ripping, consolidating, ripping, consolidating, ripping, consolidating. This has actually a large short interest in it too, and we're at a daily high here. If you go to a weekly, we still got some room here to get to we already passed it this a week, so it didn't print. So we're here at 10 already. This stock was 18, was the highest print I've seen here on a 1,000-week chart. So I heard there's some cancer drugs in the pipeline. We'll see what happens with that. Keep your eye on Jazz. It was absolutely screaming today. It opened up around 7:20. I had a chance to get in there, and just all day. I looked at it at 8. I thought, oh, it's up a buck. That's too much. I looked at it again at 9. I thought, oh, it's up a buck. Too much. Saw this consolidation here at 9:20, and then ripped up. It's one of those things you just watch all day and wish you were in. But unfortunately, I never took a position in it. So that was the hot one for the day. Hope you all had a good day. Have a good long weekend. We'll see you next week.